America, we need to have a conversation. I didn't really want to make this video, but I feel like it's necessary. Right now, there's a lot of people I love and respect around the globe that are quoting statistics on various forms of communication, email, text, WhatsApp, Facebook, social media, as if they're 100% accurate and foolproof. And that's just not the case. And the statistics I'm referring to is the fatality rates associated with the coronavirus. And before I go any further, I want to make very clear that I'm not a conspiracy theorist. The coronavirus is real and death is occurring. And death will continue to occur. But I do want people to stop and think and use this part of their brain to stop and think about the fatality rate, because that's going to determine how we react to the virus and determine how society reacts to the virus. So let's first understand sample size and what's going on with a lot of the statistics that are out there. And to do that, I want to have you guys imagine something with me. Let's imagine that you, the viewer, and me are walking into a gay bar. And we are taking in a questionnaire that has one question on it. And that one question is, do you associate with being gay? And it's a yes or no. There's no maybe, it's yes or no. And there's 500 people in this bar, and we choose to ask 100 of them that question. Do you associate with being gay? And 95 people tell us, yes, I associate with being gay. Okay, let's see what we can conclude from that. One of the things we can conclude is that in that bar, with this plus or minus of a few percentage points, 95% of people are gay. That's a safe conclusion. Can't be 100%, can't be 85%, but 95%, yep, that's a pretty safe conclusion. Now, can we conclude that 95% of America associates with being gay? Is that a safe conclusion? It's a rhetorical question. Of course it's not a safe conclusion. Okay, so why am I saying that? I've talked to medical experts in North Carolina, New York, Kansas, California, or directly spoke with them through various channels. And it sounds like pretty much in every state, we're choosing our sample size of the fatality rate of the coronavirus based off a few factors. One, people who show up to hospitals because they believe they have it so bad that they believe they need medical treatment. That means our sample size is a sample size of people who fit that criteria. People with the coronavirus or believe they have the coronavirus and believe they're in medical need. That is not a statistically accurate sample size by any stretch of the imagination. And I'm telling you that because I want to encourage you, America, to realize that the fatality rate from this is probably not 1.5%. Now, the statistics are changing daily as we are amplifying the number of tests we're given, and we're amplifying the range of who we're giving it to. I strongly believe that I've been exposed to the coronavirus, but I can find nowhere to test me because I don't have any symptoms. I'll get into why I believe I was exposed on a different video, but for now, I just want you to understand that the sample size we are using to base the fatality rate off is very similar to the sample size I gave you with going into a gay bar. And it's very encouraging because if the fatality rate truly is 1.5% of people who feel like they need to be tested, then the actual fatality rate is way, way lower, which is good, which means that we can think confidently that if I unfortunately don't practice social distancing, don't wash my hands, and I do come in contact with the coronavirus, it's more than likely, as long as I don't have a pre-existing condition or am elderly, that I can survive it, which is probably a true statement. That doesn't mean you shouldn't practice social distancing. That doesn't mean you shouldn't wash your hands. That doesn't mean you should say, fuck it, I'm just going to go around the world and infect everyone. You should not say that. You should still take this very seriously. But you should be confident in your own body's immune system that you can fight it. That doesn't mean that I, Steven, can't come down with the coronavirus. It doesn't mean I, Steven, can't pass away from the coronavirus. It just means that it's statistically very, very, very unlikely. It's up there with probably a car wreck. So, let's look at another thing that's going on. everyone's quoting the statistics of Italy. Why are they quoting the statistics of Italy as a accurate sample size? It's because it's scary. Let's be honest, the media needs to quote the scariest possible scenarios, so you pay attention after the commercial break, so you stay tuned in, so that you click on their article on Yahoo or Huffington Post or Drudge Report. And the statistical rate in Italy at this current time is probably about 10% is the last I saw of death rate, fatality rate. And that's probably not accurate for the reason I told you, but it's still very high, alarmingly high. But we're not sparsing out why that could be. Just to the north of Italy is a country called Germany. And last time I checked, their fatality rate is 0.25%. So it's 40 times less than the one in Italy. So we're not asking the questions on why that could be. And so we need to ask these questions. Look at Italian culture. They literally kiss each other to say hello. I don't know if you've ever been around an Italian grandmother, but it's a pleasant experience. She kisses you twice when you says hi. She kisses you twice when she says bye. Also, Italian culture, everyone lives with each other. It's very common for young to be living with the old. 30% of Italians smoke. It's unfortunate, but it's a true fact. It's the third or fourth oldest population on average in the world. So people who are telling me, look at Italy, America's going to be just like Italy, that's not a true statement either. Because we don't have the correct sample size in either country, and we don't have the same cultural or behavioral habits. With that said, America does have some behavioral habits that are making this virus much more dangerous than it has to be, and that will be reserved for another video. But in conclusion, I just want people to slow down and just ask thoughtful questions. I really do. I just want you to think with this part of your brain, your prefrontal cortex, and just look at things that could be driving fatality rates outside of the virus. Look at things that that could be real, that why the sample size is not correct. So everyone, please take a deep breath, take care of your immune system, and honor those who are more likely to have adverse outcomes if they face the coronavirus, meaning stay away from the elderly, wash your hands, practice social distancing. But at the same time, please critically think. And I've been saying something recently that I'm going to leave you with, and that's when you're faced with courage and fear as a choice, you have to choose courage, because fear will lead to panic, and panic will lead to death. Thank you for listening.